Okay, let's talk about setting up to play. Here we go. So first of all, you take your tiles and you build your walls. So it's 19 tiles across, 2 high. So I've already done that, and usually when you sit down to play, each player builds their own wall. So now we're ready to go. So if you have a host, the host is usually east, and the east starts the game. If you don't, each roll the dice, and the one with the highest number will be the east. So for this purpose, I'm going to be the east. So I've got my dice. I'm going to take them, roll my dice, and I've got a 6. So I bring them over here, and I just count 6 from. I'm going to go from right to left. 6, and this is where I'm going to break my wall. So this is just like cutting the cards in a deck, it's called breaking the wall. So I'm going to stick that out. Now the part of the wall that sticks out in the middle, that's where you start from. So at the end, I put a little tail at the end. Then I'm going to put these back. We'll save these for later. And then I can put the dice up. Okay, so once I cut the wall, I take 4. And then the next player would take 4. The next would take 4. The next would take 4. Then I take 4. And so on. So I'm going to put these over here. We're going to break this wall. So you break the walls to the left, everything else is to the right. So this is the part, this is going to be the end with the tail. Okay, so let's see where we are. So we go here, here, to me, one more time around, and to me. All right. So when I'm taking my tiles, I line mine up like this on my card. So I usually have my card sitting here, so I know where I am. So now we know everybody's got their first go around, and then I take the east. You take the 1 and 3 from the top. Everybody else just takes 1. Now if you're playing a game, everybody's gonna take their own tiles. Okay, so that's it. So then I'm gonna get my glasses on because I can't see. I'm gonna put my tiles on my rack, and then I'm gonna organize them by suit. Flowers to my left, and I put my wins to the right, and then you put your jokers wherever you want to put them so you don't throw them away. Okay, so let's see. So we want to get our dots, bams, and cracks in order, and then so you put them by suit and then in numerical order. Okay, I've got one more. Okay, so once you do that, you look at your, let me get my card out. Everybody will have their card in front of them. You open up your card and you look at your hand. So the first thing I look at is looking at odds and evens. So how many odds, how many evens. Then I'm going to look at, do I have a consecutive run? I have any like numbers? Do I have a bunch of 1s? Do I have a bunch of 8s? I have a bunch of wins? Do I have a bunch of dragons? So that's the first thing you're going to look at. So let's see what I have. So let's count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 odds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 evens. So it looks like I need to go with more evens. But then I've got a 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I could use that in the wins and dragons section. So I'm definitely gonna put that to the side. I want to hold on to that. I've got a flower. I'm gonna hold on to that. And I've got a wind. I'm gonna hold on to that. And then I'm probably gonna keep my evens because I've got more of those. So I'm just gonna organize that and then put the ones I want to get rid of over here. Okay, so then you start what's called the Charleston. So this is how you pass 3 tiles at a time, and this is how you build your hand before you start playing. So first you're gonna pass to the right, 3 to the right, everybody passes 3 to the right. Then everybody passes 3 across, and then everybody passes 3 to the left. So once you do that, you look at your hand, see where you are, and you could just say, stop, I don't want to do a second Charleston. So there's 2 Charlestons. You don't have to do the second one. You just say stop, and then there's an optional, you can pass across to the person across to you, 0 to 3, if you stop the Charleston. If you don't stop it, then you do 3 to the left, 3 across, 3 to the right, and then you have the courtesy pass, optional pass, 0 to 3 across. Okay, that's it. So once the Charleston's done, then I'm gonna put all my tiles back in here. Now some people, they separate their tiles according to what their, their strategy. I don't do that. I keep mine all together because I don't want people to know what I'm working on. Okay, so I went ahead and racked everybody else's tiles, and we're ready to start the game. So since I'm East and I have 14, everybody else has 13, my first play is a discard. So I'm gonna, let me get my glasses on again. I'm gonna discard, and I'm gonna say, you have to name it, 5 bam. So you just put it out here, wherever. Now the next person, so we always go to the right, you play to the right, you break the walls to the left. So the next person goes here, they can take the 5 bam, or they can pick up. So let's say she picks up, he or she got a 9 dot. They rack it. So as soon as you rack it, this tile is dead. Nobody else can pick it up. So the only way you can pick up a tile is if you have 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind, or 6 of a kind. So, and I made a little study guide for everybody. It's attached in the comments. So a pair is a pair, a pung is 3 of a kind, Kong is 4 of a kind, quint is 5 of a kind, sextet is 6 of a kind. So that's how, so in order to pick up, you have to have at least 3 of a kind. So let's say if I pick this up, I'd have a 5 and a 5, and let's see if I can find another. I would have another 5 or a joker to go with that, and that would be 3 of a kind. So to pick up, you have to be able to expose 3, 4, 5, 6 of a kind. So that's how that works. We're not going to pick that up right now. So you just go on around and play, so that each person, they either draw or they take the last discarded tile. That's the basics. That's how you get started. Hope you enjoy. See you at the table.